Mazda just dropped a bombshell on the entire truck market. In a move nobody saw coming, the CEO of Mazda has unveiled a rugged, reliable, and stunning new pickup truck, priced at just $19,999. That's right, in a world where truck prices are climbing past $50,000, Mazda just undercut everyone. Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Ram, you name it. And it's not just cheap, this thing is seriously capable. What's the strategy behind this shocking release? Why now? And could this be the pickup truck that resets the entire market? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the features, performance, and the industry-shaking implications of Mazda's bold new move. At a recent high-profile press event in Hiroshima, Japan, Mazda CEO took to the stage with what initially seemed like a standard presentation: company updates, sustainability goals, and platform advancements. The audience, mostly media and industry insiders, were expecting the usual: a new SUV concept, perhaps updates to the CX lineup, or more news about electrification plans. But then, with a dramatic curtain drop and thunderous music, Mazda revealed a fully redesigned, mid-size pickup truck that no one saw coming. The crowd was stunned. Onlookers gasped, not just at the modern and muscular styling of the vehicle, but the price flashing on the giant screen behind it: $19,999. In today's economy, where affordability feels like a forgotten dream, this announcement landed like a lightning strike. Mazda had been quietly working on this behind the scenes, without leaks, rumors, or fanfare, and that made the reveal even more powerful. While major players like Toyota, Ford, and GM were busy scaling up prices and pushing luxury trims, Mazda brought it back to basics: a high-value, high-function pickup that nearly anyone can afford. In that moment, it wasn't just a product launch, it was a challenge to the entire automotive establishment. Now here's where things get even more impressive. This truck isn't just affordable, it's seriously well-built. Under the hood, Mazda has gone with its proven 2.5-liter Skyactiv-G inline-4 engine, producing around 187 horsepower and 186 lb-ft of torque. It's paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, and early test models show a smooth, responsive driving experience that's rare in this price segment. The vehicle rides on a lightweight ladder frame adapted from Mazda's global BT50 platform, which has long been praised for durability and off-road capability. But it's not just the powertrain that's raising eyebrows. Inside, Mazda is offering a surprisingly premium experience: an 8.8-inch infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a digital driver display, Bluetooth connectivity, USB-C ports, and Mazda's full iActive Sense safety suite, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot monitoring, all standard. Most automakers don't offer these features until you spend another $10,000 to $15,000. Yet Mazda is delivering it all for under $20,000. Even the base model includes durable cloth seating, a rear-view camera, and available all-wheel drive. It's not a work truck that cuts corners. It's a serious utility vehicle for everyday buyers who need performance, practicality, and value. Mazda's move isn't just about shaking up pricing. It's about rethinking who pickup trucks are really for. Today's truck buyer isn't always hauling construction equipment or towing livestock. Many are young families, gig workers, delivery drivers, digital nomads, and weekend warriors. These buyers want a truck that fits into an urban or suburban lifestyle, that can handle occasional heavy lifting, but also fits in tight parking spaces, offers good fuel economy, and doesn't break the bank. Mazda clearly studied the market before engineering this vehicle. The truck's footprint is compact enough for city use, but the bed is wide and deep enough to carry tools, bikes, or even light camping gear. With fuel efficiency expected to be over 30 mpg combined, it makes a strong case for anyone tired of SUV limitations but scared off by traditional truck prices. It's a pickup truck for people who never thought they'd own one. Mazda is tapping into an underserved market segment: buyers who want a vehicle that's multifunctional, affordable, and stylish. This isn't a fleet vehicle or a government contract bid. It's a lifestyle vehicle for a generation that values smart choices over badge prestige. Mazda's $19,999 pickup has sent shockwaves across Detroit and beyond. Automakers like Ford and Toyota have dominated the compact and mid-size truck segments for decades, confident in their reputations and pricing power. But Mazda's bold entrance undercuts the Ford Maverick, which starts near $24,000, by a full $4,000, and it even challenges base trims of the Toyota Tacoma, Chevy Colorado, Nissan Frontier, and Hyundai's Santa Cruz, all of which begin closer to $30,000. And this isn't a bare-bones offering. It's competitive on tech, safety, and performance. That's why analysts are calling this a wake-up call to the legacy brands. Many of these companies have moved upmarket, offering more luxury options and higher price tags, assuming customers will simply keep paying more. But Mazda just proved there's still massive demand for value-driven vehicles. As economic pressure mounts on average consumers and interest rates remain high, affordability is the next battleground, and Mazda just stormed the field with a surprise attack. If Ford, GM, or Stellantis doesn't respond quickly, they risk ceding a crucial part of the market to a brand that's been quietly watching and waiting for this exact opportunity. So what's the plan moving forward? Mazda has announced that production of this game-changing pickup will begin in early 2026, with rollout beginning in Asia and Australia, where demand for affordable work-and-play trucks is already strong. But here's the kicker. U.S. availability has been confirmed, with deliveries expected by mid to late 2026. The truck will be built in cooperation with Mazda's Thai and Japanese facilities, using a modified version of the BT50 platform, but with North American tuning and safety specs. Even more exciting, Mazda is already working on a hybrid variant, likely to use a version of their 2.5L eSkyActiv setup seen in the CX-90. And down the line, a fully electric version is rumored for 2027, aimed directly at urban EV users and small business fleets. Mazda is clearly not treating this as a one-off project. It's building an entire ecosystem around a new pickup platform. And with this foundation laid, the company is poised to become a serious player in a segment it once ignored. For Mazda fans, value seekers, and first-time truck buyers, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Mazda didn't just pull a low price out of thin air. This is part of a deliberate and calculated strategy to reposition the brand in global markets, especially where affordability and utility still reign supreme. While competitors have chased profit margins by moving upmarket, pushing luxury trims, optional packages, and expensive accessories, Mazda has doubled down on practicality and value. This move isn't just about selling trucks. It's about capturing first-time truck buyers, pulling in young professionals, tradespeople, and middle-income families who feel priced out of the market. The company is also capitalizing on its global strength, leveraging existing supply chains, BT50 platform engineering, and cost-efficient manufacturing in Thailand and Indonesia. By doing this, Mazda is able to produce a quality truck at lower cost, without compromising on safety or performance. It's a return to what Japanese automakers were once best known for: affordable, dependable vehicles that punch above their weight. In a world where price sensitivity is rising and economic uncertainty looms, Mazda's strategy might just become a blueprint for the rest of the industry. Let's be honest, this isn't the first time a Japanese automaker has surprised the world with an affordable pickup. In fact, Mazda has history in this space. Remember the Mazda B-Series pickups of the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Those small, no-nonsense trucks were once a common sight on American roads, valued for their simplicity, efficiency, and reliability. And who could forget the Ford Courier and the early Toyota Hilux models? Compact, bulletproof pickups that outlasted everything. Mazda's new $19,999 truck is a spiritual successor to those glory days, reimagined for a modern audience. It's small enough to be practical in cities, but tough enough for real work. It doesn't try to be a luxury showpiece or an off-road monster. It's designed for people who just need a simple, honest, capable truck, the kind we used to take for granted. In some ways, this is Mazda returning to its roots, and in doing so, reigniting a type of vehicle that's been missing from the market for far too long. With this bombshell announcement, the big question is, will other automakers respond? Or will they dismiss Mazda's move as a niche experiment? History shows that when a disruptor enters the game with aggressive pricing, the rest of the market can't ignore it for long. We saw this with the Ford Maverick. Once it hit the market under $25,000, demand exploded and competitors rushed to develop their own compact offerings. But Mazda is going even lower, and the difference is significant. If customers start lining up for this truck, and early buzz suggests they will, it could force Toyota, Ford, Chevy, and Ram to reevaluate their pricing strategies. We could even see a ripple effect across other vehicle segments, including SUVs and crossovers. However, It's also possible that legacy brands will choose to stick with their current lineups and let Mazda eat up the entry-level market. If that happens, Mazda could dominate this space uncontested, establishing brand loyalty and volume sales while the competition plays catch-up. Either way, Mazda has now inserted itself directly into a conversation it wasn't even part of last year. That's a power move. Let's not forget that while Mazda has a solid fan base, its U.S. market share has been relatively modest compared to giants like Toyota and Honda. It's often seen as the underdog, respected, but not dominating. This truck could change that. The U.S. is truck country, and cracking into the pickup segment has long been seen as the key to unlocking long-term sales growth. If Mazda can build momentum with this model, it could reintroduce the brand to millions of American consumers who might not have considered it before. And with younger buyers entering the market looking for budget-conscious options, the timing couldn't be better. Pair this truck with Mazda's existing lineup of sleek SUVs and fuel-efficient sedans, and suddenly the brand looks a lot more appealing. This isn't just a product. It's a bridge back into relevance for Mazda in the most important vehicle category in America. As exciting as this announcement is, there are still a few unanswered questions, and they matter. We don't yet know the exact name of the truck. Will it revive the B-Series badge, or will Mazda give it a completely new identity? We also haven't seen full interior walkthroughs or real-world performance data. How will it hold up in cold climates, high-towing scenarios, or off-road conditions? Another unknown is the dealer network and availability. How many units will Mazda produce? Will demand outstrip supply like it did with the Ford Maverick? And perhaps most importantly, how will this truck perform over time in terms of reliability, parts availability, and resale value? Mazda has a good reputation, but the pickup market is brutally competitive. These questions will shape how this truck is received after the hype dies down. Still, even with the unknowns, one thing is certain. Mazda has already changed the conversation. If you think Mazda's $19,999 pickup is exciting, wait until you hear what's coming next. Multiple insiders and leaked strategy documents hint that Mazda is already planning an all-electric variant of this new truck platform. While Mazda has historically lagged behind in the EV race, this pickup may be the company's Trojan horse into the electric future. Executives have confirmed that Mazda is working with Panasonic on battery technology and quietly expanding EV R&D centers in both Japan and the U.S. An electric pickup, lightweight, city-friendly, and affordable, could be the brand's EV breakthrough in North America. The architecture of the new truck is reportedly modular enough to accept an electric powertrain, and speculation suggests a single-motor, rear-wheel drive layout to keep costs down, with optional dual-motor AWD versions to follow. Combine that with government EV incentives, and suddenly you're looking at a possible $15,000 to $18,000 net cost electric truck for urban buyers. While nothing is official yet, Mazda's silence may be strategic. They may be watching Rivian, Ford, and Tesla make their moves, and waiting for the perfect moment to pounce with an affordable EV pickup that actually makes sense for the masses. What's fascinating is that Mazda is taking a different route to sustainability than most brands. While others go all in on EVs, Mazda is hedging its bets, developing cleaner internal combustion, hybrid, and electrified options in parallel. And this new pickup plays directly into that strategy. The 2.5L Skyactiv-G engine used in the truck is already one of the most thermally efficient gasoline engines on the market. Mazda claims its right-sizing philosophy, building just enough engine for the job, rather than over-engineering for marketing, yields better long-term environmental performance than oversized turbo engines or premature EV rollouts. Combined with lightweight materials, aerodynamic design, and low emissions ratings, this new pickup represents a middle path in a world of extremes. It's not just sustainable by emissions. It's sustainable by affordability, repairability, and longevity. Mazda's message is clear. You don't need to spend $60,000 on a Cybertruck or F-150 Lightning to feel like you're making a responsible choice. Sometimes, the smartest vehicle is the one you can actually afford and maintain for 15 years. Let's get into the numbers. How does this new Mazda pickup stack up against its rivals? Take the Ford Maverick, for example. Starting at around $23,500, the Maverick is hailed as the cheapest truck in America. But Mazda undercuts it by over $3,500 and includes more standard safety tech at base level. Then there's the Toyota Tacoma, an iconic mid-size truck, but its starting price is over $30,000, and the base trim doesn't offer the same comfort or tech. The Chevy Colorado and Nissan Frontier both cost thousands more as well, and while they offer more power, their base trims are still Spartan. The Mazda pickup, meanwhile, gives buyers a complete package right out of the gate. It may not tow 7,000 pounds, but it's more than enough for 90% of real-world users. In terms of value per dollar, Mazda's offering stands almost alone, especially when you consider the brand's reputation for quality interiors, fun-to-drive dynamics, and long-term durability. In short, Mazda isn't just entering the competition, it's rewriting the rules. One of the most impressive parts of this story isn't just the truck itself. It's how Mazda kept the entire project a secret in an era where everything leaks. There are no spy shots, no VIN registry leaks, no supplier slips, nothing. That's almost unheard of today. Sources close to the company say this was a top-secret initiative, led by a small, trusted team within Mazda's global R&D division. Codenamed Project Hauler X. The pickup's development was compartmentalized, with design teams in Japan, chassis engineers in Thailand, and supply chain operations routed through secondary contractors to avoid attention. Why so much secrecy? Because Mazda wanted the element of surprise. They knew that entering the pickup space would immediately trigger competitive countermeasures. By unveiling the product without warning, they've caught the entire industry off guard, forcing other brands to react instead of prepare. It's a classic underdog tactic, and it worked. Here's a bold question. Could Mazda's $19,999 pickup spark a price correction across the auto industry? In recent years, vehicle prices have ballooned. The average new car in the U.S. now sells for over $47,000, which is simply out of reach for many families. Automakers blame inflation, supply chain issues, and tech upgrades, but consumers are reaching their breaking point. Mazda's new truck proves that a capable, safe, tech-loaded vehicle can still be built and sold for under $20,000. If this model becomes a hit, it could embolden other companies to cut the fat, streamline production, and rethink their pricing models. Think about it. If one mid-sized truck can break the price ceiling, what's stopping sedans, crossovers, or even EVs from following suit? In that way, this isn't just a truck. It's a symbol of what's possible when a company prioritizes efficiency, transparency, and customer needs over quarterly profits. Mazda may not have just changed the pickup segment. They may have lit the fuse on an industry-wide reset. In the world of automotive strategy, timing is everything, and Mazda couldn't have chosen a better moment to strike. With inflation still weighing heavily on household budgets, auto loan interest rates soaring to 7 to 9%, and new vehicle prices averaging nearly $50,000, consumer demand for budget-friendly transportation is at its peak. Americans are holding onto their vehicles longer than ever. Many first-time buyers, especially Gen Z and young millennials, are being priced out of the new car market entirely. Add to that the surge in gig economy work, DIY culture, and a post-pandemic shift toward more practical vehicle ownership, and suddenly there's a massive, underserved market segment craving affordability, reliability, and flexibility. Mazda saw the writing on the wall, and while the big players chased luxury profits and bloated technology bundles, Mazda doubled down on basic utility, real-world value, and mass accessibility. This isn't just a smart truck. It's a smart economic move, designed to answer a question no other automaker seemed to be asking. What can we give the average buyer who's been left behind by the modern auto market? This new Mazda pickup isn't just a work tool. It's a lifestyle vehicle designed to do it all. Whether you're a weekend camper, urban gardener, small business owner, or someone who just wants a versatile daily driver, this truck fits the bill. Mazda designed this vehicle to meet the needs of the modern consumer who doesn't want to own 2 or 3 vehicles to handle different jobs. With a payload rating expected to be around 1,500 pounds, roof racks ready for adventure gear, an optional integrated bed power outlet, and configurations that allow for bike racks, toolboxes, bed tents,